This is Gene Key, Skyserve, Texas News.
A Texas school comes under state legal pressure after removing a Christian poster. NBC DFW and KWTX.com contributed to this report. The Texas Attorney General is threatening legal action after a school district's decision to remove a poster that included a religious verse recited by Linus in the film A Charlie Brown Christmas. Attorney General Ken Paxton says in a statement that the so-called Merry Christmas law, adopted in 2013, means schools can't silence a biblical reference to Christmas. He said last week that the decision by officials in Killeen, north of Austin, is an attack on religious liberty. Killeen administrators argue school employees are not permitted to impose their personal beliefs on students. A staffer had placed the poster on a school door. The Center for Reproductive Rights sues Texas over fetal remains rule. TexasTribune.org contributed to this report. The Center for Reproductive Rights Monday asked a U.S. District Court to stop the Texas Department of State Health Services from enforcing a new rule requiring the cremation or burial of fetal remains. Under the rule, Texas health providers are forbidden from disposing of fetal remains in sanitary landfills, regardless of gestation period. The rule is slated to go into effect December 19th. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says in an email that the state will continue to defend the safety and dignity of the unborn up to and as far as Supreme Court precedent will allow. In June, the U.S. Supreme Court said no to the Texas legislature's House Bill 2, ending requirements for abortion providers to comply with hospital standards. Besides the stinging loss, now Texas could also be on the hook to pay the center $4.5 million in legal fees after that loss. Leading the nation, Texas will launch a massive concussion study on young athletes. The AssociatedPress.com contributed to this report from Austin. This week, Texas will launch what state officials say is the nation's largest effort to track brain injuries among young athletes. The University Interscholastic League, Texas' governing body for public high school sports, is partnering with the O'Donnell Brain Institute at UT Southwestern Medical Center for the project, from which they hope to gauge whether rules or equipment changes are improving players' safety and what more can be done to protect the athletes. A state as large as Texas, which has more than 800,000 public high school athletes, could be a key step in developing a national database of brain injury in youths. Already, the Federal Center of Disease Control and Prevention is seeking federal funding for such a database.
Visit us on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter at Skyserve News Service. This is Gene Key, Skyserve, Texas News.